Welcome to the Beyond the Years podcast, a podcast about all things Disney. I am your host, Josh, and I am joined, as always, with my lovely Ashley Reeves.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. So, if you have listened to one of our recent episodes, we are finally going on a trip to Disney. It's been, by the time we go, it'll be 5 years since Josh and I have had the opportunity to go. We now have our 3-year-old, which he'll be almost 4 when we go. So we're in planning mode. So today we're going to be talking about the things we are most excited for this trip. It could be things that we have not had the opportunity to experience, like Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, or something that we're just really looking forward to. So before we get started, Josh, do you have anything you want to preface this by?
What's that word mean? No, I don't really have anything to say other than when earlier you were like, so what do you want to do today on the podcast? Do you want to do a podcast? And I was like, yeah, let's do a podcast. And I kind of had this already in mind. So I was like, well, let's do like what are we looking forward to the most? And you're like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. And I was like, oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. So, I have a couple things before, like, we actually talk about Disney, like the act of going to the parks. Mm-hmm. And one thing I'm super excited for is just the process of like getting to pack everything. To me, that is so fun.
Nerd.
Yeah. So I think we're going to rely on Megan a lot to help us out as far as like the actual planning of everything. So
No, Megan is
she's our travel
agent.
Our travel agent.
Also good friend. So
yeah. So I think in the past I did a ton of the planning when we did our last trip. And at the time, like, I was super excited to do that. But I think I'm going to let her, take the reins on this one because it seems like it's a little bit more overwhelming than it used to be. So we're going to let her do a majority of it. She'll let us know what we need to think about. Like, I know we're going to be talking about like food and stuff. But for me, I'm excited to actually get to pack everything. So
yeah, it is kind of fun, especially like the last time we went, we had to like prep.
Yeah. And
like, what do we need? We need umbrellas. We had a giant checklist. Like, mm-hmm. We need 2 umbrellas. We need 2 cans of like sunscreen, like one for my bag, one for your bag, in case mm-hmm. one of us forgot, like, oh crap, the sunscreen fell out of my bag. So it's like you pretty much pack double of everything, like a poncho, 2 ponchos, and
well, this time will be different too because we're going to be driving instead of flying. So last time we flew down there.
We flowed down there.
We flew down there and we took the Magical Express straight to the resort. And so we didn't have transportation outside of Disney property. Mm-hmm. But this time,
other than if we wanted to Uber, but we didn't.
Yeah. But this time we will be driving our own personal vehicle. So if we need to go to Walmart or a store to get some stuff, we can do that too.
I have a question about that. So when we get down to the park, do we have to drive to each park, or do we ride the buses there? We just park the car and pretty much leave it.
We'll park the car on resort at Art of Animation. I believe it's $15 per day to park at the resort, which is something that they started, I think last year. I want to say it used to be free to park at the resorts, which it should be, but now it's $15 per day. We'll just
Thanks a lot, Bob Chapek.
we'll just take the buses to the parks because it's an additional cost to park at the parks. Yeah, or the Skyliner for Epcot and Hollywood Studios. But
do you know anything about the little Minnie and Mickey?
The vans.
Yeah, what's that about? Is that a lift? Like, you have to use the Lyft app. I saw, but do you know anything about that?
I've not done a ton of research. I just know that they're really great for families. They have options to have like car seats in there and like everything's provided for you. It just seems like they're kind of expensive. And it's not something that we would need. We would just take the buses.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I mean, we were just watching a video about
it's not an included expense.
Well, when you leave the parks, how busy it could be if you like close the park or do the show at the end. And I'm like, will we even stay for the shows?
Yeah, I'm really not a big show person. I think I care more about beating the crowd out of the park than I do staying to see the show.
I think we stay for like a couple of minutes of the show and then like jet out.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think Grayson would be like, oh, I just want to sit here for 15 minutes and watch the big show.
Yeah. And at that time of night, he's probably going to be pretty wiped anyway.
And fussy.
Yeah. And fussy. And we're going to want to get out of there. But anyway, I'm excited to make lists and to pack everything. And I'm also excited about like actually driving down there. I think it's going to be a long drive, but I think it's going to be fun and exciting for us.
Yeah. So tentatively, our plan is to leave on Friday morning. Early Friday morning,
like 3:30.
Yeah. So here, keep talking, and I'm gonna look up this map real quick.
So we are going in September, which is supposed to be one of the slower times. And we're going to be checking into our resort on a Saturday, and then checking out the following Friday. But we're going to be leaving our house Friday morning at like 3:30 in the morning in hopes that Grayson will sleep a few hours of the drive. He doesn't do super well on long car rides most of the time. Obviously, we're going to plan and pack some stuff for that, but it would be easier on everybody if he slept for the first few hours. So that's the goal. Because it's going to be a 17-hour drive. We're going to drive. We haven't planned this out yet, but we're going to drive as far as we can that very first day. And then hopefully Saturday morning, we won't have to drive, but maybe a few hours. But
yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now. I want to see what the exact.
It's a 17-hour drive.
Oh, is it?
It's 16 hours and 39 minutes, I think. 37 minutes.
16 hours and 33 minutes.
Oh, dang. I was close.
So we can make that in a day. Oh, dang it. Why did I just do that?
We'll see. Anyway, so let's talk about once we actually get to Disney. What are you most excited about? Do we want to go like day by day, park by park? How do you want to do it?
Let's do like a kind of a park by park.
Okay, so
because I'm more just worried about one place.
Yeah.
And that's Galaxy's Edge.
No
so
kidding.
let's do.
Okay, so first things first. Art of Animation is where we're staying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is going to be the most magical moment getting to, because we can check in online and then should be able to go to our room, and getting to walk through Art of Animation and actually getting to see our room. I think that's going to be super special, especially for Grayson.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. And then tentatively, we're going to go to Disney Springs that first night and eat dinner. It's just a kind of a good way to have a relaxing evening, not too stressful.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to get reservations at the T-Rex restaurant at Disney Springs, which we loved last time. Super fun environment.
Man, I'm so curious about the drive though down there. That's going to be the most interesting part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the map and I'm like, oh man, there's so many places that we'll be driving through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could make it more of like a road trip if you wanted to, but I think we're just going to try to, get there as quick as we can without having to make a whole bunch of stops. So, okay. So day one, we're probably going to do Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
we kind of agreed on that already.
Yeah. So what are you excited for in Magic Kingdom?
Honestly, just as lame as it sounds, I guess like him seeing Cinderella's castle because he kind of knows like, oh, like in the beginning of a Disney movie, that's what I'm watching.
Yeah, I think he'll recognize it right away. And I think he's going to be so excited.
Mm-hmm. And God, I don't know. I don't really know at Magic Kingdom other than the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Yeah.
Space Rangers. What is it called?
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin.
Yeah. So that's
Just the buzz ride.
yeah, the buzz ride. But that's really all I'm looking forward to at Magic Kingdom. I mean, God, I can't even think. Oh, I guess the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah. And so we looked up a chart of the height requirements for all of the rides at Disney, and we measured Grayson. He's 42 inches, which is tall enough already to ride almost everything, with the exception of like at Magic Kingdom, he wouldn't be able to ride Space Mountain, but he's only 2 inches away from meeting that height requirement.
Which he could be there.
He
by
could
the time
be there by the time
we leave.
So who knows? I don't know. I don't know how he's going to react to all of these rides, but he's going to be able to ride almost everything as long as he's willing to.
Yeah, and I'm just very nervous about like his react. Well, Space Mountain is like a little bit.
I don't think we'll probably ride that with him, but like Seven Dwarfs, I think
that'll be fun.
I think he will enjoy that.
Because there's no upside down on that one.
No, it's a very
smooth.
Yeah, it's a
like
very
flowy ride.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'd enjoy that. And there's no like corkscrew. No. I think you just go around like really big wide turns.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll enjoy that. And man, what else?
So he's technically tall enough to ride Big Thunder Mountain, but I'm also afraid that would be too big of a coaster for him.
Mm-hmm. That's why. So we live near Silver Dollar City in Missouri. So we're gonna go there.
Yeah. So
we have season passes.
Yeah. So Josh's dad for Christmas asked us if we would like season passes as a Christmas gift instead of getting us stuff like we don't need. And I was immediately like, yes, that would be amazing, because it's not something that we've done a lot, especially since we've had Grayson. I think we've only gone like 1 or 2 times, and it was just during like Christmas, just to see the lights and stuff. So it would be a good little test run to see what kind of rides he would be willing.
We're going to ease him into like, okay, this is like a roller coaster, or this is like a blank. Because when I was a kid, I hated rides. I hated roller coasters. I hated like drop rides. Like I hated it all. And then we went with a group of kids, and they made me ride these rides, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I had gone to like a couple more times, and I'm like, oh, I'm warming up to like roller coasters and stuff. And then Ashley and I started dating, and I was like, yeah, let's ride a roller coaster. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we'll just see how it goes with him. But I think things like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I think he'll be good. I'm also excited for at Magic Kingdom, Peter Pan's Flight, which I know we've talked about. You don't necessarily enjoy that ride, but I think Grayson would have the best time getting to fly in a ship above like a little city. I think that would be fun for him. And then I also am excited for the Little Mermaid ride. It's just one of those track rides where you're sitting in a shell. I think that'll be fun for him.
No, that'll be fun.
I think this time, more or less, I'm just excited to see how he reacts to things. I'm not as excited. Like if you and I were just going by ourselves, I would be really excited to ride Tron, but I don't necessarily even care about that right now. I just want to ride everything that we can with him.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think we'll do single riders though, because I know you like Space Mountain. And
yeah,
like
but it's not
I don't care about Space Mountain. So him and I can go do something else while you just like hang out and wait for the Space Mountain.
Yeah, see, I don't know. To me, like I would almost rather just not ride it if I'm going to have to ride it by myself. Especially since it's something that I've gotten to ride several times in the past. If it was new, like if he didn't want to ride Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, see that's the thing. We'll have to ride that ride, even if it's just you and I.
No, I agree. It's just
or be like, hey, cast member, can you watch our kid for us?
No. So Disney World has a rider swap program for families with children who either don't want to ride or are not tall enough to ride, where you all wait in line together, and then one parent or guardian gets to ride by themselves. And then once they get off the ride, they basically just swap the kid, and then the next person gets to ride. So that's really great. I mean, I think every theme park should have that, but
That's interesting. How would that work? So I get on the ride. I ride the ride. Like example, rock and roller coaster.
I think you just have to tell a cast member. I mean, I've never done it before. I just know that it exists and that you just have to ask a cast member, and I'm sure they'll just pull you aside. I mean,
you have to go back to the end of the line.
No.
You should have let us know earlier.
Okay, so what else are you excited for Magic Kingdom? Be our guest?
Oh, yeah. Breakfast there.
Yeah.
So we did breakfast last time and not dinner or like a lunch.
Their breakfast was really good.
But their breakfast was amazing. And we got 2 breakfasts practically because we had to escape the building because a fire alarm was going off.
Yeah, so you completely finished your food, and I was like almost done with mine, and then the fire alarm went off. I think there was like a small fire in the kitchen, and we all had to go outside for like 15 minutes, and then we came back in, and the food was waiting for us when we came back in. It was amazingly organized.
And they knew where we were.
It was, seriously, they did a phenomenal job at just the whole organization process of it. And
it was crazy.
Like everyone who was in the restaurant, their food was like waiting for them when they got back. Like new food, not the food that they had
previously there.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
And I just remember like do you remember a whole bunch of people like standing around us complaining about it?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Like,
everyone's
there's a fire, people.
Well, that, and I was like, well, this is like one of those moments where if you're on a ride and they're like, okay, we're going to have you exit the ride, or we have to stop the ride and turn the lights on, example, like Space Mountain. Mm-hmm. And you get to like see the inside. Well, we have to like walk through like part of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And on the way out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is interesting.
It was kind of cool to me. I mean, I don't think anyone was injured or anything. It seemed like
No.
it was a small incident, but it was
like a grease
annoying to me that people were complaining about it.
Well,
especially because they handled it so well. Anyway,
we
I'm
live
excited
in a world
to eat
with
there.
a bunch of whiny bitches anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, what else are you excited about?
I don't know. Magic Kingdom's hard for me because that's a park that I like. Yeah, it's like the monumental place for Disney World, but like I could care less about that park.
It's not the one I'm most excited for. I think I'm most excited for Epcot.
I probably enjoy the shops.
Oh yeah,
like was it Main Street USA? Mm-hmm. Is that the like where you're walking up to Cinderella's castle?
And I haven't got to try Casey's Corner yet, which is where they have like their famous hot dogs on Main Street. Grayson loves hot dogs.
Yeah.
As long as it's like in a bun and everything, or like a corn dog. He loves corn dogs. So we'll have to try that.
Yeah.
You want to just move on to Epcot?
Do you want to save Epcot for last?
No. Do you want to talk about Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, let's talk about Hollywood Studios.
Josh has been watching.
Because I want to know. I want to know everything I can about Galaxy's Edge because I want to go there and like, because I don't get a Marvel land, so I'm going to geek out on the Star Wars area, okay? I want to know, like, when you walk into this area, it's like you're immersed in the Star Wars world. So, like, you can't say, like, hey, where's the restroom at? You have to use, like, their lingo.
Yeah. So, Hollywood Studios, you're obviously most excited about Galaxy's Edge. Mm-hmm. Anything in particular? I'm excited for Rise of the Resistance. I think that ride is going to be so freaking good. Yeah. I know it is because we've watched POVs, but so pumped for that ride.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. What was it? The
Ronto wraps.
Yeah, we might get one of those the day
we're going to be eating so much food because we love to eat. Our kid doesn't love to eat, but we love to eat.
Well, our kid loves to snack. He just doesn't like mealtime. Yeah. Because he's like, I want some goldfish. And it's like in the middle of the day, right after lunch. Can I have some more goldfish? Like, yeah, I guess. But, yeah, we'll probably snack a lot. I'm excited about those little bitty Coke bottles.
Yeah, those look cool.
I'll like buy a bunch of those and then just like keep them. That's like the cheapest thing you can buy. I was watching it like, what are the like 6 things you need to buy at Galaxy's Edge?
My
So
fear,
that was one of them.
my fear for you is that, because obviously we're both really excited to go to Disney.
Mhm.
I'm just afraid, like, especially you, are gonna want to spend some time like looking around, and Grayson can be very impatient, and I just hope that he's as excited and immersed as we are in
I
that
think
moment.
once we get down there, he will be, and if not, we'll make him be.
Because we're gonna want to look around at stuff, and he's gonna be like,
I want to look at this no more. Because he's a toddler. So, I mean, kind of expected. But yes, that's why we are taking him to Silver Dollar City to, like, prep his mind for wait times and other things like that. But the droid depot,
mm-hmm.
we will go there and he can make a droid. It's $100 though.
That's fine. It's Disney. I'm prepared to drop some money.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to make one, but I'll help him make one. So we can make like a droid, and I'm assuming he'll be scared to death of it because he doesn't like stuff that moves on its own, i.e. like robot vacuums he's terrified of. So I'm not sure how he's going to feel about his little robot moving on its own. But I'll play with it, and if anything...
Have we played with this one with him?
Yeah, and he's scared to death of it.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But beyond that, like, I don't know why he's so afraid. It's something. But, I mean, if anything, he can play with it as a toy and not, like, turn it on. But it does, like, you can put different little voice chatters in it where it, like, makes different, like, beeps and boops and... sounds like R2-D2 or sounds like BB-8 or sounds like other mech droids, which if we're going to make one, I'm going to make one not like R2-D2 or BB-8, like our own thing. Mm-hmm. So I need to probe Grayson and be like, get this, get that. That toy's not for you. It's technically for me, you little punk. So definitely doing that. The whole lightsaber thing, building a lightsaber. I'm not going to build, like, the adult lightsabers for, like, $230. If I'm going to buy a lightsaber, I'm going to go to, like, an actual lightsaber website where they actually sell, like, good ones for, like, $400. But, no, I'm not buying a lightsaber down there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather us buy stuff that we can actually use, too.
Yeah. There is a kid lightsaber area where they can make their own, because that was one of the things the guy said. He's like, the adults, like, it's more of like an adult or like older kid area where Grayson is just a toddler. So we could go, if he wants to make a little kid lightsaber, I think there's only like $30 to do that. So that would be fun. Rise of the Resistance, obviously I'm excited about. And I'm not sure about the Millennium Falcon ride. I kind of go back and forth on that one.
Yeah, we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. Because I mean, we're just not going to be able to do like everything that we want to do, which is fine. And I think that might be one of the things that we're just not going to be able to fit in. Because I get very overstimulated and stressed out. And I don't want to be that way at Disney. So I just want to go into it knowing that we're not going to be able to do literally everything we want.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, like, when we're making our checklist, we'll have to, and, like, obviously Megan will help with this. I think there are rides that we got to hit.
Yeah, like Rise of the Resistance is, like, non-negotiable. Even if we have to, like, split it up into different days where it's like middle of the day nap time. One of us stays at the resort with Grayson while the other one gets to go to property and ride of the Resistance, Rise of the Resistance.
I didn't even think about that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because it's a Skyliner. We're on a Skyliner resort, so you just hop on the Skyliner. It takes you right there. So we can utilize nap time. Also, like, as parents, it is good to sometimes have a little me time.
Yeah.
Even if you're at Disney World, you know, I think we both benefit from that. So if I'm probably more likely to, like, take a nap with Grayson if I get cranky and you want to go explore Galaxy's Edge.
You and him are more like the same.
About, yeah, like, we're more nappers.
Well, that and
fussy.
Yeah. Grayson gets that definitely from Ashley. Like, man, are you hungry or do you need to take a nap? And it's like, which one are you talking to? I'm like, both. So yeah, I will probably take that at time to like take full advantage of that, because I don't get tired during the day unless I'm like just dead tired.
You're blessed, because 2:00 every day, I'm like, I am ready for a nap. Unfortunately, we're grown ups. We have jobs. We can't take naps. Also, we'll have a pool at the resort if Grayson and I want to go explore the pool for a little while. Like, we don't have to we're not required to like do literally everything together.
Yeah.
Because just with how excited you are with Galaxy's Edge, I want you to be able to do everything that you want. And sometimes it might have to be like, go for a couple hours by yourself.
Yeah. So this would be my second trip to Disney, and this will be your what, like 7th?
I have no idea.
Trip to Disney?
So I think it was like 2011 when I went for the first time with my family, but we did a trip where we did Universal and Disney, and it was wild. Like, we didn't take breaks, and we were there from open to close, and it was chaos, and we were all like super grumpy.
Yeah. And you have a large family, so it's not like it's not like it was like, oh, it was me, mom, and my brother.
Yeah, my parents had 4 kids.
My 2 brothers and me and my sister and my mom and my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went, that was our first trip. I think we maybe went at least 2 times as a family, maybe 3. I'm not sure.
I think we went 3.
Maybe 3. Well, I went with Megan and a couple of our friends when you and I were dating.
So that's 4. And then we went 5.
Yeah.
So this will be your 6th time going.
Ish. Give or take 1. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that'd be fun. I didn't even think about that, like the alone time. Because you're more of a pool, like sit by the pool or play in the pool. With Grayson.
We'll see.
I don't like the pool.
I'm not a big pool person either. I'm more of a nap person. But, well, we could always walk around and explore the resort and go get a snack too at the food court and stuff. They'll have like an arcade too at the resort.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Watching the walkthrough for that.
So that'll be fun. Okay.
Oh, one thing. So I know when we went, we stayed at
Pop Century.
And we walked to Art of Animation. And there's that big lake in the middle.
Yeah.
And it said like, please stand back. Like there
crocodiles
could be
or
alligators here.
Yeah.
And I feel like they probably do a pretty good job of like making sure there's not alligators
in
there.
Yeah.
But my fear
oh my God,
was if Grayson walked too close to the water, is like, what's that? And it just like chomped up.
I'm like freaking crazy. And whenever we're walking, like he needs to be just like anywhere. Like he needs to be right next to me or holding my hand.
Oh yeah, at the park.
Just like that's how I am in always.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Wherever we're at, anywhere, he's always either right next to me or right next to you or holding one of our hands.
Yeah.
Because I'm a freak, like especially in this day and age. I think it's just how parents have to be now with
everything.
The dangers of the world.
Okay, so I know we're getting like off topic.
Way off topic.
What things we're excited about, but like at this point, it's just a whatever. It's just a prepping for Disney podcast. So
okay, let's go back to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, no, I gotta say this before I forget about it.
Okay, what?
Like, we're obviously not gonna put him on a leash, like a kid leash, when we go down there.
I wasn't thinking about it, but I'm not it's funny because I used to, like, when I was growing up, I would see kids on leashes and be like judgy. Mm-hmm. But I think in this day and age, people are different and more supportive about like if you need to put your kid on a leash. But Grayson is not a leash kid, I don't think. He's not a runner.
No.
I think the leash thing is more for when your kids like wander off or like run away. He's never been a wanderer from us. Like he likes to stay close. So I'm not necessarily concerned about that. I think we'll probably walk with him in between us anywhere we go. And he's great about holding hands and stuff.
Well, and he likes to ride my shoulders right now, so that's a whole thing too.
Yeah, but I think the leash thing, more power to parents that do that.
Okay,
but,
well, along with that, are we going to bring a stroller? Because I was thinking about that too. I'm like, are we past stroller, or are we gonna bring a stroller?
That's a thing with Disney is like people always recommend, even if your kids are out of the stroller age, um, a lot of people recommend still doing a stroller because it's a lot of walking.
So should we
We
take
can always
our
rent a
stroller, or
stroller,
just buy like a little like cheap-ish stroller?
buy
That's
one
a
or
small
rent
one.
one. I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
something
Maybe
we'll
we
get
do
into.
day one at the park, and then we're like, oh crap, we need to run to Walmart and
And
pick up a.
Magic Kingdom's a good test because the park is physically small.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Epcot, we've got the whole World Showcase. That's a lot more walking. And so we won't be doing that on the first day. But if Magic Kingdom wears us out and wears him out where we think we need a stroller, we can always rent one or go to Walmart and buy one.
Also, putting an air tag in his shoe.
Mm.
Have you seen people do that before?
I've heard of it, yeah. It's sad. It's sad that we have to think about these things.
I know, but I mean, that's just something I thought about too. I was like, maybe we put air tags in his shoes. Spend the money and buy an air tag or a couple of them. So when we go down there, like, we'll have a little bit of peace of mind.
You're going to freak me out for no reason.
I'm not freaking you out for no reason. That's just stuff I'm like, cause you're always like, oh, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, I'm thinking about this. And it's more, not dark, but like just.
I'm always on high alert.
I'm on protective mode when anything we do. Like if we walk in a building, I'm like, where's the nearest escape route? Like where's cover?
I'm not necessarily like looking for exits, but I'm always like paying attention to my surroundings when I have Grayson with me.
Mm.
Like especially getting him into the car, because it's common for like moms or kids to be taken while moms are like trying to get their kid into the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like on high alert, looking around.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
let's
we'll
go back to Hollywood Studios.
That's fine. I just wanted to say those things before I forgot later, because I knew I would forget if I was like, if I don't say like this now, I won't remember it later.
Do you have anything else about Galaxy's Edge? I'm excited to go.
Blue milk.
The blue milk. I'm
Blue or
excited to
green
try
milk.
that.
I don't even know what it is, but I know it's not milk.
I've heard it's actually not that great, but it's something that you have to try anyway.
Yeah. And I think Grayson would get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
Always like, white milk makes chocolate milk. I'm like, yeah, we know that, turkey. Because he loves chocolate milk, and he's like, when he wants chocolate milk, we're like, oh, it's too late. You can drink white milk. And he's like, white milk makes chocolate milk though. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but you're just drinking white milk right now. White milk makes blue milk. Yeah.
So Toy Story Land. I am.
Oh yeah.
So we're probably gonna have to rope drop Hollywood Studios 2 different days. One day we're gonna have to rope drop Galaxy's Edge, and then another day we're gonna have to rope drop Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about in a previous episode, like just doing like a half day at Animal Kingdom, maybe because it's not a super busy park. Maybe one of those days we could do like a rope drop, Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, and then in the afternoon we can go to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then we'll just, I don't know. I'm just talking.
Well, yeah. No, I agree. I do want to get to Animal Kingdom early one day though, like rope drop it one day and stay for half a day just for the morning ride through the
safari.
The safari, yeah. Because that's where all the animals are going to be like more awake and out and about.
Yeah.
Before it gets too hot, because we will be down there when it's a little hotter than normal, or like late September.
Yeah. So Toy Story Land, I'm excited to. Are we gonna try the new Woody's restaurant? It's like a barbecue.
Oh, were they like, Andy's coming, and they all have to act like they're.
I don't know.
Have you not seen that?
It just opened, the restaurant.
I know. Have you not seen that on TikTok?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Don't show me right now.
No, you look it up right now. It's hilarious. So everyone will be eating, and you'll hear like a door or like footsteps in the back, and they're like, Andy's coming to his room, and everyone like has to stand still, and then you hear like the door like, and then it closes.
Are we gonna do that?
Maybe. There's a lot to do. So.
I'm really excited about Midway Mania. I think that's gonna be.
because we showed him POVs on that. He seems really into it, and it's like a shooting game, and he runs around with his little Nerf guns like a madman. So I think he'll enjoy that.
Yeah. You know what else I'm excited for? At Hollywood Studios is that pizza restaurant.
Oh, Pizza Rizzo?
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah. And I loved it because it was not busy. They had like a whole upstairs area and like no people up there.
Yeah, and it's like in the very, not back of the park, but it's like butts up against Galaxy's Edge, because you could see like Galaxy's Edge from that spot, I feel like. And yeah, it was not busy at all. And really good pizza.
Yeah,
We're snobs for pizza around here.
We love pizza.
Especially Grayson.
Okay, anything else for Hollywood Studios before we move on?
I'm curious what they're going to do with Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, yeah. So
because they're doing that.
It's down for refurb right now.
Yes, I don't know what that means, but that would be interesting.
It could mean anything. It could mean just like regular maintenance, or it could be updates. So,
yeah. So that would be interesting if we got there and then it's like updated, like the video in the beginning, and we're like, let's go rock. But they're all old as hell.
I would love that. That's funny. Okay. Should we move on to the next park?
Epcot?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you excited about for Epcot?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Freaking love Epcot.
I love Epcot, but
I want to live in Epcot.
Yeah, I would too. Guardians of the Galaxy, though, we're rope dropping that ride if we can.
Well, I think
good news though, we can Skyliner to that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, our two favorite parks, or my two favorite parks, we can ride to from Skyliner.
Yeah, so I think that might be one where we just purchase a lightning lane. So so I assume most people know about the whole Genie Plus Lightning Lane.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
Fast pass system, but essentially you can pay $15 per person per day to do the Genie Plus, which is essentially like a fast pass system. But they also have the top tier attractions on a Lightning Lane where you pay an additional fee per person per ride to do that. And I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy might be a good option. So it would be $15 per person per day, plus the fee per person for that ride. So
JPEG has done fucked everything up.
We could be dropping some cash on riding that one ride, but I think it would be worth it.
Yeah, because that's a ride that like we're both. That's kind of like the Avatar ride. When we were at the Avatar ride or going to ride it, it was like
it would have been worth it to pay for it.
Yeah, like we wanted to ride that ride, and that's a ride that we will ride as well, I'm assuming.
Oh God, yes.
I just don't know if Grayson is technically big enough or would like that ride.
I'm not sure about that.
Because it's a straddle ride. So I don't think he would like that.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting on top of the Banshee, right? The Banshees. So same with the Tron ride. You straddle those. So I don't know how he would feel about that.
I'm just getting a vibe from him that he would not enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a maybe. He's technically tall enough.
Yeah, and it's sit down and you get like locked into place.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to warm him up first.
Yeah.
But we're both very excited. And I'm excited to see the pavilion. They updated it to be like the Xandar pavilion.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun to see that. That'll be different from what we had last time. I'm also excited to go into Spaceship Earth because I've been talking a big game about that to Grayson, the big ball.
Oh, okay.
That's Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth, I think that stupid
Mission
ride.
Space.
Yeah.
I know it confuses me still, and I almost said Mission Space even though I was talking about Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
But Grayson knows like what the big ball is, and every time I'm like, listen, this is so awesome. This is at Epcot. It's actually a ride. You can walk up inside of it, and it's a ride, and we're all gonna ride it. So that's
a very slow ride. So
that should be fine. I would think.
I'm also afraid of that he's going to get on it and be like, I want to get off because it's so slow or it just doesn't keep his attention. So like we're definitely going to have to ride rides at at Epcot or at Silver Dollar City to warm him up to it. Because, like we said, we don't know how he's going to react to rides in general. We think he'll like it because he likes going fast in the car, but at the same time, rides are totally different than like just a car ride.
Yeah. Another ride I'm super excited for at Epcot is Frozen.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite rides of all time. Like out of everything, I love this ride, and I think he is going to have a blast on this ride.
I agree.
So I'm super excited for that, and I'm super excited for Norway. The pavilions in Epcot are just so beautiful. I could just walk around.
The Norwegian or the Norway pavilion is like really fun.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Also in France, they have the Ratatouille ride.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's in France. So there's not a ton of rides in the pavilions, or there hasn't been in the past, but Maelstrom, which is now Frozen, was kind of like the main one, and then they have the Three Caballeros little tiny boat ride.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it in the pavilions. So now we have the Ratatouille ride.
Yes,
Remy's
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that'll
be super fun.
Yeah. That's kind of like the Rise of the Resistance ride.
It's the same ride technology.
Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot. At Hollywood Studios, they have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which you and I probably are going to be like meh about, but I think Grayson will be excited.
Yeah. That's the same ride technology.
Same ride technology. Anyway, food at Epcot, because we're going to be there during the Food and Wine Festival.
Just like we were last time.
God.
So when we do our little picture, we'll hold Remy.
I just love to eat, so I'm excited to eat.
Well, this time I want to try and get the beer pass where you try the different beers.
No, you can do that. I don't like beer. I feel like having alcohol and it being so hot too, like might make me sick.
Yeah, but you don't get big. It's just samples. Like you literally, it's like one sip samples.
I'm good without it. I'll just eat all the snacks. I definitely want to snack more than we did last time.
Yeah, because last time at the end of the whole thing, we had like 70 snack credits, and we're like, crap, we got to get a lot of snacks to.
Yeah, so I would like to try to get like a snack at every pavilion for the most part.
Well, that, and we'll have to keep the beast in him maintained. Maybe we'll do that by getting him food.
Yeah.
Or he'll just throw it up on the ride. So that might be I'm going to throw up.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. What else in Epcot? I mean, aside from it just being Epcot, and Epcot is amazing.
So I'm super excited about, now, since we know he can ride it, Test Track.
Yeah.
Because I think he'll like that a lot.
And that'll be special because it's a unique 3-seater ride where you, like, normally you either have 2 or 4 seats, but in Test Track there's 3. So he can sit in between us. And I think that'll be a special moment for us as parents to get a ride with him.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I do think he will like that ride.
He's had, like, we've rode on a boat before where we were riding in open air. So I think he'll enjoy that.
Yeah. I almost forgot about Test Track because there's so much going on in Epcot. You know, it used to be one of those rides that was just extremely popular, but I think I would assume now with everything else that's new, it's probably not that busy anymore. Yeah. Same thing with Soarin'. Meh.
Yeah.
I'd totally be fine if we skipped Soarin'.
Talk with Crush.
Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah.
Is that at Epcot?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Well,
Epcot sounds accurate.
Either way.
Because they've got the little
Finding
Nemo ride over there, which will also be fun.
Yeah. So Turtle Talk with Crush, we're definitely doing that because I've seen so many funny, like, TikToks where people ask him stuff, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Should we move on to Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely the Avatar ride. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah. I think just Pandora. I think Pandora for him will be magical.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, and we'll have to do. It's gonna be so tricky. We're gonna have to really think about everything when we plan what days and like what times we're going to different parks because they have the bioluminescence in Pandora. So in the evening when it's dark, everything's like neon.
Ooh, that might be a good time to go to do the rides
Yeah.
for that, or for the safari.
That's what I was thinking about earlier, because I don't think we're going to spend a ton of time at Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like if we could do
Rope drop Hollywood Studios 2 days or like 2 times.
yeah, and then do like an Animal Kingdom in the evenings. So
Mm-hmm.
I showed him the drink that we got in Pandora with the boba balls, and he is so excited to try that.
Yeah. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. But I'm excited for Pandora. I think he'll obviously get to ride the Navi River journey,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll be fun. Don't think he's gonna ride Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
He'll be excited about the safari though.
Mm-hmm.
He loves animals.
Dino Land USA. He might enjoy.
I don't know how much of it is actually left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They've been taking it apart?
Well, the Primeval Whirl, which was one of the roller coaster
The kid
that
roller
was
coaster?
in the middle,
Yeah.
they took that down a couple of years ago.
Oh, interesting.
So that's
we rode that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were like, we've got to ride this. It's a nostalgia classic.
And I'm glad we did, because then a couple of years later, it was gone. So, yeah, that ride is gone, and that was kind of like a centerpiece of Dino Land USA.
Mm.
So it's kind of like a wasteland over there.
Literally.
I'm trying to imagine like what it even would look like right now. I haven't done a lot of research on Dino Land USA. They have something called the Boneyard, which is for kids to get to like explore and dig and that kind of thing.
Mm. So maybe do that.
It's so hard because you kind of have to think about what things are going to be available to you locally and what things are not. Like, to me...
Oh, we can go dig anywhere.
Yeah, he can go dig up at the Discovery Center, or he can go outside, but he can't go ride the Navi River journey anywhere else.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I agree. But I was like, well, there's probably dinosaur rides. And then you said that, and I was like, well, maybe there's not. Because I don't really remember that whole area.
I feel like we'll spend a little bit of time in Pandora. There was a restaurant there that I don't think we went to, that is supposed to be like some of the best food ever. So we'll definitely have to do that.
We'll see.
We like to eat. I'm thinking about food because I'm hungry right now.
Says the person that just ate half a bag of Funyuns before we started this podcast.
Yeah, I had like it was a very weird snack meal.
But yeah, so what, like, I'm trying to think what else we would do at Animal Kingdom.
Well, they have the Jungle Trek and Rafiki's Planet Watch, but again, it kind of goes back to that's more of like a zoo, and I don't know how much time we're gonna have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're near the St. Louis Zoo, so it's
the St. Louis Zoo is amazing.
Yeah.
The Tree of Life.
Tree of Life.
If it's tough to be a bug, we'll definitely have to do that show. I don't know that we're going to be able to ride Expedition Everest, which is okay. We'll probably not even go over in that area of the park.
Well, I want to go over there. I want to ride that. That'd be a ride that if we can ride, I would ride it.
We'll see.
If we can get to ride it.
I'm just trying to have like low expectations of how productive we're going to be able to be when we're there. Because when you have toddlers, like nothing ever goes according to plan.
Yeah, no, I understand. But that area is really cool anyway. The whole area looks interesting.
Yeah. So
even if we don't like ride, just going over there and letting him see the ride might be really cool for him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. He's technically tall enough to ride Dinosaur, but I think that's going to be a no-go.
No, that made me sick. Well, then we rode it because it's so jarring. So
it kind of scares me a little bit. So
imagine how he would feel.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably just be a no-go for us.
Yeah.
Probably just skip Dino Land USA.
Put that ride to rest, Sam.
Ooh, you know what we forgot at Epcot? The Moana attraction, Journey of Water. It's going to be more of like a walkthrough, but it's probably going to be open when we go.
So that's going to be like an aquarium thing?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It's got like the big statue of Tafiti.
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research. It's been kind of a weird announcement. It's been like talked about like an attraction, but it seems like it's going to be more of a walkthrough thing, but I still want to obviously check it out.
Yeah. And like we said earlier, we'll be at Art of Animation. So if Grayson's down for a nap one day and I go to Hollywood Studios, the next day you can go to Epcot
and just walk around the
and walk
pavilion
around,
and eat
yeah.
snacks.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, this is totally random, but you said Epcot and then I thought about pavilions and snacks. And last time we were there, the Japan Japanese
the Japanese
the Japan pavilion has an amazing gift shop. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we got those little bitty pink mushy.
Yeah. And I got Japanese, like the Japanese version of Cheetos. Do you remember that?
Kind of, but not really.
I took a picture.
So on Easter, he got this like pink squishy toy, and it felt just like those little bitty things, and it made me think of that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
But we'll have to go into that gift shop. That's super fun.
Yeah.
Get to try different foods and
see, and if Epcot wants to expand on that whole area, they could do a San Fran Tokyo area.
Yes.
Since it's a Japanese aesthetic, you just kind of say like, oh yeah, this is the Japan.
It's a tongue twister.
The Japan Pavilion, and over here next to it is San Fran Tokyo, and then you can have that'll be such a fun ride too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I just love
However they would do that.
I love the pavilions. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot.
Yeah, we'll probably do the Three Caballeros.
We'll definitely have to do that. I kind of want to eat in there.
Yeah,
in
maybe.
that restaurant, just because it's vibes, cool vibes.
We'll see. With a toddler, you never know what to expect, Bo.
I know. I'm telling you.
But I don't know. I think that's about it on.
So let's talk about food some more.
Okay.
Because there's more.
It's not obvious that we've been talking about food half this episode, but we'll talk about it some more.
So there's more food options than just the parks. So we have to visit Animal Kingdom Lodge and eat at either Boma or Jico.
Oh, Boma.
Buffet style.
Mm-hmm. Avocalava.
Yes.
That was delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Are there any other restaurants at the resorts?
See, I don't know. Because we didn't eat. I mean, we ate at that one Floridian.
The Grand Floridian, yeah.
But
very fancy.
Citricos.
Yes, very fancy. It was delicious, but you got sick. It was a very weird moment.
Yeah, it's like a moment that you were like, I hate him. And I'm over here like dying with a migraine. But yeah, it was sucked. But now I have migraine medicine for that kind of stuff, and I'll make sure that we have plenty of migraine medicine when I go down there.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I want to try possibly Ohana.
Ohana means family.
Yes, it's
and
at
family means no one gets left behind.
There's it's at the Polynesian Resort.
Yeah.
And I've heard that they have a good breakfast. So.
See, I figured with breakfast, the only day we would not eat breakfast at our resort is when we would go to be our guest.
I don't know. It's so hard. I'll have to look at menus and stuff. Because I'm more like, it would be nice to eat at the resort and then kind of go. Because once we step foot in the door or the entrance of whatever park, we're just going to be like balls to the wall. Like, let's go. Mm-hmm. But I think I've heard good things about Ohana. Yeah. We'll just have to do a lot of research on food. But like dinner options, we kind of did that last time where we had like a midday break. And then after that break, we would go to a resort for dinner. And that worked out really well for us when we went by ourselves. So it might be an option for us with Grayson. but again, we'll have to kind of see how it goes. He's usually pretty good after he wakes up from a nap and like gets some food in his system.
Yeah, which might is that what you were saying, that we have to eat at the resort when he wakes up kind of thing, or just have snacks ready for him at the
No, I was talking about, so Josh had to step away to check on Grayson because he woke up prematurely from his nap. Anyway, I was talking about taking a midday break, and then what we did last time was took a midday break most days, and then we would go to like a dinner reservation at one of the resorts.
Oh yeah.
And then go to a park after. And that worked out good for us.
Yeah.
Obviously it's different now, but I think that would be a good option.
Yeah. And with him, it's just going to be hard to know like what to expect. Like we've talked about.
Yeah.
For the past 56 minutes now.
Okay. So anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I'm just beyond excited. Get it? Beyond the ears, beyond excited.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe that's the shirts we should get made. Promote our podcast, Beyond the Ears podcast, and then put beyond excited to go to Disney on the back. Get the name out there.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this because that made me think of Teresa at work. She said that we should bring our business cards and leave them on tables that we go to restaurants.
Oh.
And leave just business cards just randomly on a table or two. And see like if anyone.
Interesting. Because our business cards have QR codes, so it'd be super easy for people to like check it out.
Yeah. She was like, you should do that. Just leave. She's like, bring a bunch of them down there and just place them throughout the park.
I wonder what their policy is on solicitation.
Well, no one's going to know.
Well,
if you just leave one on a thing on the table.
Okay.
It's just
that's a good idea.
Drop it on the ground and someone sees it.
Wow, we don't want to litter at Disney.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. She's like, that would be such a interesting. I was like, God, that would be so interesting.
Yeah, there's so many people there.
And what's someone going to be like? I found this card and someone's soliciting. Like,
I don't know.
Are they going to know that you're soliciting, or are they just going to be like,
they dropped a card?
Or yeah, or like, what's this? Like, oh, this must have dropped out of someone's baguette. It's an office reference, obviously.
Anyway, that's funny.
Okay. But yeah, I was like, that's a great idea. Genius. But I did think about making shirts.
We need more business so that I can just do the coasters full time.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
It's not happening so far.
No. But that's another thing that I was going to ask about as like special shirts. Because last time we went, it was like a big deal. You were very like, we got to wear these matching shirts together since 2013. And like the To Infinity and Beyond shirts.
Yeah, I wish you got rid of your Woody shirt. So now.
Yeah, because it was too small. I wouldn't have fit into it anyway. And it was even small when we got it because it was like an extra large shirt, and I washed it and dried it, and it shrunk, and I'm like, oh God, this is uncomfortable. So like the whole day we were at the park, I was like, this is too tight.
I don't know. I don't know how much I care about the matching shirts this time around. Because I would rather spend our money actually at Disney. But my mind might change once we get into like full prep mode. Because right now it's still kind of very early stages.
Oh yeah, we're still.
I haven't gotten to the crazy level yet.
We're still 5 months away.
Almost
5 months exactly.
Like that long.
Yeah, but May, June, July, August, September. We're like 5 months away to the day almost of being down there. It's the 16th today, so we'll be down there. Well, actually, that would be like our last day.
Dang,
but
crazy.
In 5 months, we'll be there. So
okay.
Either way, I'm assuming I do want to make a Beyond the Ears podcast with our logo.
I'm proud of our logo. I think I did a great job.
No, I think you did too. But I think it would be super fun and people to click on it and be like, oh, like, what's that?
Definitely. We don't have
like
any business cards with our podcast on it.
No, but we could put like available on Spotify,
Hmm.
Apple Podcasts, and put like a bunch of different logos on the bottom so
Yeah.
they know like, oh, we can get them there.
Oh, good idea.
I just don't know where to print shirts like that.
Literally anywhere. I could probably design it or do it myself.
Oh, then go ahead and do that for me, Bug.
Okay. I'm crafty.
We can all wear one. We can give Grayson one too.
Yeah.
And then people be like, what's that? And be like, oh, it's our own podcast. You should go check it out.
Yeah, so I can quit my job. Been at my new job 1 week, and I'm like, it's easy, but I'm just like,
I hate this job.
no, I don't hate it. It's actually felt like vacation compared to what I was doing before. Seriously.
Okay.
I'm allowed to, did I tell you I'm allowed to listen to headphones?
Yeah.
Because I literally just sit at a desk and I'm doing like lab analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 3 computers going at all times. And if I don't need a lot of
screens at all times, not computers.
Yes, 3 screens.
Dork.
And it's like a cubicle. So I'm like, there's like, no, you can't just like chat with each other really.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, but just
listen to Disney podcasts.
yeah. So if anyone has any good podcast recommendations, I have about 8 hours a day available to listen to podcasts. So I mean, I can really go through them. So if anyone has any recommendations, I'm all ears.
Okay. Well, on that, if anyone has any more ideas for us for Disney, let us know on our social media or on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. And yeah, I think that's about it for this podcast. Do you want to say anything else, or?
Nope, that's it. We will talk to you in the next one. Thanks for being here.